Hey movie junkies, welcome back to Twin Flicks, where we are always celebrating the magic of movies with you. So, when Batman vs. Superman 4K UHD was first released in 2016, it was Warner Brothers' first outing for a UHD disc sourced from the original 4K source and not upscaled to 4K. The problem was, the 4K never quite matched the color quality of the Blu-ray release. Most notably, Warner Bros. Boosted the saturation of colors, along with high levels of orange and yellows with explosions, and also toned down or changed the colors of the red without much detail. That gave us a pretty unnatural look to the film. And while Zack Snyder was finishing post-production on Justice League, he decided, hey, while I'm at it and I have the time and money to not only correct the issues, but also correct the aspect ratio, putting it back to its original intended ratio for certain scenes in IMAX 1:4:3:1. But are these changes worth it, or is it just a gimmick piggybacking off Justice League fandom, looking at suckers like myself, to double dip? Also, which scenes have been changed with the aspect ratio and doesn't make much of a difference? Well, let's dive in and find out together. And guess what? Look at this. I've got two giveaways here of the digital code for Batman vs. Superman Remastered Edition that I'll be giving away during the review. So let's get started. Now, first I want to talk about the aspect ratio changes and which scenes have been changed to the IMAX 1:4:3:1 ratio. Well, there are only 4 scenes that have been changed. They are the very opening credits and it ends when Bruce Wayne's helicopter lands in Metropolis, the nightmare sequence, Batman vs. Superman Brawl, the final scenes of Batman's funeral processions to the end credits. But wait, not the Doomsday fight. That's one area I was really surprised that wasn't in 1:4:3, which I found a little odd given Snyder's newfound love for the full frame aspect ratio. However, the best scenes in 1:4:3 are, of course, the nightmare scene and Batman vs. Superman showdown. Now, these scenes have a lot more clearance at the top and bottom, creating a much more bigger scope to the atmosphere, more theatrical. And after comparing the two differences with the ratios between the original UHD release and this one, I was surprised to find that these scenes really did need the use of the full frame scope. As a side note, I would still much rather prefer cropping to IMAX 1:7:8 ratio, especially for home release for 16:9 TVs, as Christopher Nolan did with his Dark Knight trilogy, Interstellar, Tenet. It works much better filling the screen and you still get the same effect using 1:7:8:1. That said, I was really surprised of how great the 1:4:3 scenes really do look. Now let's get into the main reason to pick this up, and that is the fresh new HDR and color grading. First of all, it is far less filtered and is much more natural looking. Also, it has more details and texturals, such as on Superman's suit, but the biggest change is with the array of fire and explosion effects, and that's where the new color grading really kicks in and shines. Snyder also removed a lot of the DNR that was added in the original release, which gives it a much more cinematic look. And I'll be honest with you, when I first heard that this was being released, I immediately thought, as I'm sure it did with you as well, is this just another gimmick to get us fans to double dip? Because I know I'm a sucker and I would. But do we really need this new version? And as soon as the film started, those questions went right out the window. This is a must own for any fan of the film, and the changes are extremely satisfying, and the film ends up being much more consistent because of it. Now, the problem is with finding one of these, it's a little bit hard. They're running a little bit scarce. Last time I looked, Best Buy and Target were completely sold out, and Amazon had it for like $20, but last time I looked, it was through a third-party seller, and if you are able to get it through Amazon and themselves, I believe it said it took a month to get it. In fact, when I ordered this, I pre-ordered it a month ahead of time before its release date, and I didn't even get it until the following month after its release date. So they are getting pretty scarce to find, so if you can find it, definitely pick it up. But the good news is as I said at the beginning of this video, I am giving away the digital codes to 2 viewers. To enter, just be a subscriber, follow me on Instagram, because that's where I will be announcing the winners, and answer these 2 questions. Why did the Flash appear to Bruce Wayne, and in which timeline was he in? And the winner will be announced next Friday, May 14th, 2021. So that's all you need to do if you want to win a digital code to the remastered 4K UHD edition to Batman vs. Superman. And if you have already picked up this remastered edition, let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are on the remaster and the 1:3 aspect ratio. Let me know down below in the comments. As always, once again, thanks so much for watching this video. Remember, say what you mean what you say, but don't say it mean. And I'll see you next time.